And I'm live. That is pretty cool. Today is 16th of February 2026, Monday. And let's start the virtual contest. 1 Minuten. Yep, cool. Virtual contest Division 2. This one, which originally took place on 11th of February, 3 hours long. And let's see how it was. Wait, there was another contest before it, I think. No, shit, yes, there was 1078, which I didn't give. Yeah, I think I will give this one then. 1078. 1078. Let me change the title. 1 minute. 1078. Good enough. Yo. Hello. Second stream in a day. Actually third because I also do German stream. So this is third. And yeah, competitive programming. I have to like keep doing giving the contests so that I don't become retarded. Okay. As an individual member, and this will start at 14. Good enough. Today, 16 February, 1814. 1 minute. Trying to. I will be off to studying now. Let's go. Let's go. Studying. Me also studying. You should also study. Okay. Contest. 1 minute. This is about to start. This is Division 2. So, yep. 3 questions. Problems would be cool. If I did 3 problems, that would be cool. It is now 6:13. 2 hours long. The contest is 2 hours long. I might be able to do this in maybe 1 hour 30 minutes. At least in 1 hour 30 minutes, I would be able to tell if I should give it more 30 more minutes. Let's see how it goes. Virtual contest. $22. Yo, 2 people already here. Crazy. Okay, 15 more seconds. This is going to be cool. Okay. 10 more seconds. Okay, let's go. Low skates. Brightness full. Okay. Lawnmower. The exit from the summer cottage is fenced with a fence consisting of N boards, each 1 meter wide to the left and right. The exits are fenced off other plots. To left and of the right are the fences of other plots. Some of the boards of the fence want to be removed and the construction of a bathhouse possibly or or none. While there is an automatic lawnmower on the plot, there is W meters wide and must not leave the plot through a hole in the fence. What does that mean? Some of the boards of the fences want to be removed for the construction of a bathhouse, possibly all or more, while there is an lawnmower automatic lawnmower on the plot that is W meters wide and must not leave the plot through a hole in the fence. Okay, the lawnmower will be able to exit the plot if there is at least W consecutive removed boards. Among the number of removed boards, determine the maximum number of boards that can be removed from the fence. Okay, and we have N and then W. N and W, the number of boards in the fence and the width of the lawnmower respectively. The number of boards in the fence and the width of the lawnmower. 3, so 2 out of the answer would be this number divided by this multiplied by 3. No, multiplied by 2 plus the remainder. So here remainder is 0. 3 into 2, 6. Okay, cool. 13 divided by 4 would be 3. 3 into 3 into 3 into 3, 9. 9 plus remainder 1, 10. Okay, and here also 1 plus 13, 14, and here 0, which is good. Okay, okay, we got this. We got this one. And yes, the font is nerd font here. N and the and CWN and what is the range? Range can be big. Let's equals what? 0 N divided by W into W minus 1, and this whole thing plus N remainder W. Stop. Copy everything. Cool. Submit. Seems good. Second problem. Mark loves money too. Mark loves money very much and he keeps most of it in the bank. Correct. Mark loves money very much and he keeps most of it in the bank. He stores his money in n different banks. In the ith bank, he has AI rubles. Rubles. One day, Mark decides to gather all his money in one bank, so he will be transferring money from one bank account to another. All inter-bank transfers are arranged the same way. He can transfer only X rubles in one transfer, and considering fees, Y rubles will be credited to the other account. Since banks want to make a profit, it holds Y is smaller than equal to X. X is the maximum amount. Only X rubles in one transfer can be transferred, and Y will be X minus Y will go to the other account. Y will be the credit. Y will be credited to the other account. Okay. Y will go to the other account. So X minus Y was taken by the bank. It is possible that Mark will not be able to transfer all his money to one bank, but he wants to find the maximum number of rubles that can end up in one bank. One day he decide, okay, so he will transfer money from one bank account to another. All interbank transfer is by the same way. N, X, and Y. Okay, XY 10 power 9, the number of banks and the transfer amount and the credit amount. The second line of each test case, N, the amount of money in each bank. And XY, he can transfer 5 rubles. 4 will go to the other bank. There are 10 rubles already here, so we should bring all the other money to this account, I think. So if we transfer 5 from 4 rubles will go here. So 10 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4. So 10 plus 12, 22, 25 is the answer. Why 25? 3 more rubles are there somehow. Because maybe we do not transfer from to 10, we transfer from 10. So 8 can go from this. 8 and 9, and let's say they go to here. 17 plus 4 plus 4. 4, 4, 25. Shit, yes. So we transfer to this bank from this account and from this account. Okay. Here we can transfer 13 rubles and 11 will go to the other account. And Guten Morgen. Here, shit, 1000 would be the answer. No, here we can transfer everything. Okay, but here 13, 13 is 52 is a factor. Okay, so from each bank account, We can brute force this, I think. We can brute force this. We can brute force this. We can brute force this shit. Los gates. We can brute force this. Long n x y c n x y brute force vector on n. Here will you have and money size n. My keyboard is not working properly. For int reference x and this is fine. C in x, right? And side n I equals 0, I smaller than n, I plus plus. We will have mx I equals to the maximum amount of money that can go from this bank, which would be y multiplied by ai divided by x. Y multiplied by ai divided by x. Yes. Cool. Now mx less equals 0 or no. Long sum equals accumulate mx dot begin mx dot end 0 long. I am very angry at people. Okay. Now risk initially is equal to 0 for entire equal to 0. I is smaller than n, small n, I plus f. Yes, and this equals maximum res or mxi or sum minus ai, sum minus ai, sum minus mxi plus ai. And the only problem here, no, we will not have overflow. Cool. Slot res, and we should be good. Let's see. Cool, it works, and hopefully it works here also. Okay, shit, okay. Cool, that is cool. That is pretty cool. That is pretty cool. 2 questions done. Yo, hello. Did you give this contest? This one, 1078. This is cool. This uses maths. Okay. Bob, genius spy. Bob the genius spy has intercepted an encrypted message. He assumes that it contains secret information and is actively engaged in deciphering it. The note, which has fallen into the hands of the spy, consists of K strips, each of length n, and containing lower case Latin letters. With extensive experience in deciphering such information, Bob guessed that the message he is interested in, the deciphering of the note, is also a strip of length n. Okay, and the ith character of this message corresponds to the ith letter of the of one of the strips, the ith letter of one of the strips. According to Bob, the of informativity of a string S is defined as the minimum positive integer d such that a string t of length d exists and S can be formed by repeating t several times. For example, the informativity of the string this is 1, the informativity of in this is 2, and the informativity of this is 4. Bob assumes that the note's author, to ensure reliable transmission of information, repeated the data in the message several times. Therefore, he believes that a more plausible description of the note would have the smallest possible informativity. Help the spy find the message that corresponds the represents the decryption of the note and has the minimum possible informativity. Nk 50,000 at max. We can go n square. We can go n square. 10 power 6. Yes. Yes. N square log n. We can go n square log n. And into k is going to be smaller than 10 power k, the length of the strip and the paper of the note. Then each k line corresponds. Okay, here the answer would be A. Yep. And here the answer would be I, inf. Yup. C was crazy. Shit. D even crazier. Okay, let's see. C, AD, AC, both would work. I think binary search. Binary search. Binary search. Binary search. The minimum informativity is 1 and the maximum is n, and we can do binary search. And n is always possible. 1 maybe is not possible. We don't know. So if here we check for informativity, informativity equal to 1. For 1 we can take n square time. We can take n square time in checking this informativity. And now the thinking mode. Thinking formativity. We can take n square time. How do we check if because there will be multiple strings here. So if I can figure out a way to check if a given informativity is correct, taking n square time, that would be cool. And at the end we have to give in this, what is the correct string. Shit, this is crazy. Okay, this is the problem. Like if someone wants to see, shit, yes, if someone wants to see, this is the problem. Smallest highest would be n. We can just choose the any string and it would work. There are 26 characters in the English language. Yes, there are. If we can make a set for each column of characters here, and in a set we would have all the possible characters we could choose, and we don't even have to use a set. We can just use a normal bit array because there are only going to be 26 characters. We can use a bit set of size 26, right? And then if we are checking, and yes, shit, in for informativity can only be a factor of n, can only be a factor of n, either 1, n, these are two choices, and then other choices. Okay, since this can only be a factor of n, how many possible values are there going to be? There are going, for a number n, I guess there are log n factors of n. Okay, so there are only log n possible choices, right? And we have our like column, we have our column, we have our column where each column is a set of all the possible choices we could make for this ith place. For the ith place we could make all of these choices, and let's say here n is 6. If we are checking if informativity, if we are checking informativity is 3, then we know there must exist for every number from 0 to if we are checking for, let's say, informativity is r from 0 to r minus 1, there should exist in this range 0 to r minus 1 inclusive both, there should exist some character for each of these numbers. Let's say j is a number which goes from 0 to r minus 1. For each j, I think this is how, this is how, for each j there must exist a way where j plus j comma j plus r comma j plus 2r comma dot 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 till till this, we will keep increasing this till this is smaller than n. In this, and this gives us a set of indices, and these are the indices of these columns, and all of these indices must have at least one element that is that is one element that is intersecting, on which all of these columns are intersecting. For example, no example, let's this is this is an actual contest. No example. Shit, I messed up. Okay. N and k, n and k. Hello. Yeah, not only check but also form. Yes, we have to form this string. I haven't been doing much since like 5th of February. Okay, modular. I can read JavaScript. Summarize the problem. This problem, you can check the problem through. Yes, you can check the problem through the link Kakashi is telling you. Listen to him. Yes, I learned something. So it is. Yep. Let's keep right. Did anyone else see the hearts? No. Oh, these hearts. That is cool. Thank you for the love. Now, bullshit. Shit. Uh, vector calls how many n and of what vector of bool how many k initially no shit k actually does not even matter 26 false. So now we have n columns where the height of each column is 26 representing the 26 English alphabets for now. I will give I more than n I plus plus and CNS taken as for int j equals 0, j is smaller than shit. I did mess up. K will be here. K and is smaller than n j plus plus. The indentation is crazy. J smaller than 0. N yes. K. Okay. We have a single list. Okay. Then calls j calls star c. No, we already have taken in the string. So S J is going to tell us equal calls star C is S J. In the jth column, in the jth column, we are saying in the jth column, this cth character exists. Yes, cool. Yes, shit, yes. This is exactly what you wanted. Okay. 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 Factors. Shit. Sieve. Let's go. Let's go. Sieve range wow, bit set of range non-type template Shit, I was looking for factors. Okay, we don't have to, we don't have to, we don't have to, we don't have to. And L equals 1. 0. 0 is never the answer. R equals to N. R is always possible, while R minus L greater than 1. Keep doing this. And range is L to R, where L is not included. Makes sense. Uh, big fan, big fan. Me too. Share. Bro, one of my favorite friends making Minecraft. Shit, Minecraft in terminal is crazy. Like UI Minecraft, that is crazy. R minus L. Okay, yes, I will have to fix my keyboard. L plus R1 L divided by. And now a function which checks if this is correct or not is okay. This takes in the number int and vector rule reference of columns return true. Okay, now we will go column by column. We have to check if M is informative or not. First of all, if M not, it would be very cool if we could just get all the factors. Yeah, Boolean search would not work. Yep, Boolean search would not work. We have to go through all the factors. Yep, we have to go through all the factors. And range is 50. We can use that. We can use this thing here, and it is still registered as 50,000. Okay, factors. Vector, we need a vector of vector of int facts and a function fill facts equals y smaller than n. What is n? So this font is very bad. This font is actually very bad. Dot assign yes, sign range vector of integers 1. Right. 1 is already a factor of now every integer. Now we have to add more. So for int j, int j equals 1, while j into I is smaller than range um j yeah, why these are smaller than range. What we have to do is facts bracket. What is the current number? Current number is I into j. Push back and say that I is a factor of u. Then j plus plus Yep. And it would be just in case I into G. Yes. Cool. So we have factors of all the numbers. Full facts. Okay. So we don't have to do this. We have to go through all the factors of n for int I of facts n, right? We know we are taking as n. We will make the list after finding out which number works fine. And now is okay. Yeah, is okay. We will call is okay with this. Takes in m and vector, vector, bool, reference, call. Okay, we are going to check if m is a factor of n. And one, two, at the end, we have our calls. Vector, res, uh, size m, vector of bool, size 26, and false. No, shit, no, 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 how to copy range of the two another vector CPP. We don't have to copy the whole vector, we only have to copy a range of it. Source vector is this, destination vector is source vector dot begin, and okay, shit, just give the stuff vector res calls dot begin from starting, calls dot begin plus n. Okay. That is our base case to begin. Okay. Int j equals 0, j smaller than n, j plus plus. Right. And int, let's just say t equals n divided by m. And internal loop for int I equals 0, I is smaller than t, I plus plus. Yep. Okay. And then 26 for int I j k equals 0, k is smaller than 26, k plus plus. There might be a better way to do this, but this is what I'm going to do. Wait, okay, something's happening. Let's drop ourselves to an island and let's try to build computer one. Wait, I think you should not talk about dropping yourself to an island. Yeah, maybe you should not avoid visiting islands right now. Okay. Res, which column? Jth column. Which character? Kth character is present in the current column, and we will take its and this jth column. Yes, column would be J, and calls equal to, and make this one I into J. Okay, I think we are good. Take its and bitwise and yes, J, K, and can you not see this thing here? No, we cannot. Okay, 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 okay. Uh, yes. Okay, okay. We don't have to return this. We can actually just return the string. Equals 0, I is smaller than n, I plus plus. We don't need the index. Index is not needed. For auto reference chars in res bool answer is true. And we have to count int count accumulate chars dot begin or find chars dot begin and chars dot end chars dot end if early out of this find this is not equal to chars dot end. If this is not, if this is equal to charge dot end, then answer equals false and break and return answer. Okay. Okay. If is okay, I with false, then mn equals I and break. Okay, now we will here have the best thing, and we need another function. Get str. Not really. And take this, go there, and instead of m here, we will have mn, and here also mn, and here also mn. Yep, and we are not returning anything. Okay, we know the answer. We just need res. Empty initially, empty, and this is about to be done. About to happen. Yeah, shit. Okay, so I'm there. Okay. Good. So this thing is required. No shit. This is required. Yes, I will definitely have to fix the keyboard. That doesn't even make sense. Okay. For auto chars in res, right? And auto id equals find chars dot begin and chars dot end find find the one true religion. Okay, we have the iterator. We can just say ans dot pushback, go to ID. Nope. We need the index of IT. Shit, yes, we need the index of IT. Yes, and index would be IT minus class dot begin index, and index plus a gives us the character, and it will be added there. Yep. Okay. And then how to retrieve a string? A string. in C++. 17 years ago. Loop. Okay. Using OS. Fill in looks cool. Fill in. Loop is fine. We will do loop. For n I equals 0, I is smaller than n divided by mn, I plus plus. Find out pushback, or how to assign two strings together. Append. Append. No, no, not return. Not console.log. Yeah. Okay. Hmm. Out of bounds error. See out mn and line. Okay, we don't see. Shit, are we erroring here? Okay, we do see too high, so that is good. We see. Okay, we are seeing a single high, which means we are making some mistake here, which is correct. Yes, which is correct. Minus, this should be minus A. Okay, cool, cool. 25. A, that is wrong. That is also wrong. Okay. So we are getting true for this thing. How are we getting true for this thing? For all the arrays, find true. Let's print the column for char, for chars and call cout chars. Okay. Hmm. A, B, that is correct. In the first one, A, B, and then in the second column, we have again A, B, which is also correct. And then A, C for the third column, A, C, that is also correct. And you get A, which is correct. And for the second, let's say for the third problem, we should get A, B, A, B, then we are getting C, D, C and D, right. So this should be returning false. Maybe we are messing up in this. Yeah. Yes, I think we are messing up in this. We are messing up in this. Or could we be messing up in something else? If okay, then we use okay, no problem there. So problem must be here for int j smaller than equal to m makes sense. I smaller than equal to t, which is n divided by m, which is also correct. And this tells us which section of the original string of length n we are in currently. We are in ijth section into j section. I into jth section. Ith, not ith position with character. Right. So we are checking is at the jth position, kth character would only be possible if it is possible right now, and also it is there in the jth section also. Wait, okay, shit, I did mess up. I did mess up. I into j is not the thing to do. What we have to do is shit, okay. J plus I into m, and I can be uh, I into m, and I can begin at 0 and will be less than t. Okay. Cool. IIF, and that is not right. That is not right, but at least we have something. But IIF possible. I is not possible here. N is I is not possible here. And why are we getting this character? At least there is a progress. There is some progress, and shit is zooming. It is focusing. Or shit, yes, webcam is doing that. Webcam moves, follows. That is actually crazy. And hello, shit, Eric, hello. This is cool. And okay, 1 hour spent on this problem. Okay, this is all seems to be almost done. Facts assign range. J plus I into M kth column. That is like perfect. And answer equals true. And at least we are getting okay for the correct number. So the problem lies with this section here. Here we are making the rest. Okay, yes, makes sense, makes total sense because we didn't update this thing here. This plus I into mn, and I goes from 0 to okay. Okay, Los Gates. Let's go. Okay, it is working. Cool. Hopefully it passes. This passes. Okay, test two. Oh, shit. Accepted. Cool. Shit. Okay. Kakashi. We got it. Okay. It is working. Now, table cut. Table cut. Shit. I am tripping. This font is messed up. How do we change the font? Here. Font family. Currently, it is nerd font, and this is actually tripping me up. I think we can do ghost p plus text font. Yes. Uh, this one italic. Nope. Regular. Medium. This one looks okay. Roboto mono regular medium. Sounds like an order. And how to reload Ghost Ghosty config. I think it is Command R or something. macOS Command Shift this thing. Okay, that is better. That is much better. Okay, cool. That increases my odds of solving this problem. Okay, and what are the ranks and stuff? Your code looks, yes, yes. I will check editorial. This does look complicated, but I it does look complicated. Yes, I messed up the indexing and subsection part, so it is complicated. There will be a simpler way, but I think the idea behind this, the way that I'm writing the code is very complicated and not like not clear, but the idea behind it seems simple, but the execution does not seem good, well defined. If a table of size n by m, where each cell contains either 0 or 1, given a table, if a table, given a table n by m 0 1, the task is to divide it into two parts with a cut that goes from top left corner to the bottom right corner. The cut line can go right or down. Let a be the number of lines in one part of the table after the cut, and b be the number of a be the number of ones in one part, and b be the number of ones. The goal is to minimize the value of a into b. Minimize the value of a into b. Okay. Minimize the value of a into b. The first line of each shit, brute force will be horrible. Brute force will be horrible. N and M, where both can be, yes. Brute force will take, should not just n square. Brute force will take n power m time, which is horrible. The number of rows, and not n power m, n power log m, I think. Each of the following n lines contain n and m integers with jth and the ith number. Okay. 5 by 4. 5 is the number of rows and 4 is the number of columns. Okay. So we have to decide when we go down. That is one way of looking at this. We can decide when we go down. Let's say we do not go down. We will go down at each row, but in each row, how far do we want to go? Here we can go, we can take this 0 on the left part And if we do take this 0, then on the rest of these rows, we will begin from this. And yes, we will begin from this. And now we have to decide either to take this into the bottom left part or to skip this and go down and decide in this section whether to take these or not. Dynamic programming does not work. I think dynamic programming does not work because we are not able to define the problem, the solution of a bigger level problem given the solution to a smaller level problem, because the thing that we want to do is multiply, and sometimes bringing both the numbers closer is good and sometimes not. Hello, problem E, but this contest is really nice. Okay, I will check it out after this, after D, ors, or even to even. I mean, Eric brother is like pretty cool in these kind of things. E, shit, they lost their CSS. Okay, it is back. Okay, 1000 is pretty good. E, the turtle strikes back. Shit, turtle. Okay, and again. Okay. This thing. Yep, dynamic programming will not work because we are unable to define solution to a bigger level problem given the solution to a smaller level problem. And brute force. Yep. Okay. And there are multiple ways of thinking about this problem. The way that I'm going to think about this is like this. Let me let me do my attempt at explaining. Tilt the whole thing. And perfect, cool. Tilt this. And our cut starts from this point and goes till this point because it was top left and we tilted. So yep, here. And now we have to find some way like this, like we'll cut it like this, and there will be some ones at the top, some ones at the bottom. Our final goal is to find out how high each of these columns is going to be. Height. It will define one solution, and there are going to be multiple solutions. We have to find the one which gives us the best answer, and this is just a way of depicting one particular solution. And I'm thinking about we have two ways here also of representing this particular solution. This one, the height of this tower is 0, the height of this tower is 3. Here again, shit, here it is 4, 4 and 4, right? So we can either store these values directly, and there would be one rule. The rule is that this is going to be in ascending order, and the last value cannot be greater than n, and the first value cannot be smaller than 0. Or the way that I am thinking about is we can store the difference between the adjacent things. So we can suppose that there is an imaginary 0 here, so 0, then 3, then 1, then 0 and 0, and the sum. And yep, we also have to like think that there is a imaginary column to the right with height 4, 1, and the sum of this whole thing has to be equal to n, which is 5 here. This is just a way of representing the solution. This is not the correct solution, a way of representing the solution. Now we can think about what are the, and yes, the limits is that the sum has to be n, no negative numbers, and just that the sum has to be n and there cannot be any negative numbers in this. So how many total possibilities are there? There are going to be a lot of possibilities. Case one, let's say this is n. This is n. If this is n, then everything else is 0. Okay, that gives us n cases. Plus, if this is n minus 1, if we are fixing this to be n minus 1, then there is a single one which can take n minus 1 places. So there are n minus 1 solutions in which this thing is n minus 1. Then plus, if this thing is n minus 2, then there are two ones and they have n minus 1 places to go, both of them, and they can overlap also. So n minus 1 whole square, and shit, this is just 1. When this value is n, then there is only one solution where this is n and nothing else. So we have something like 1 plus n minus 1. And if we just suppose, we are not going to check, if we just suppose that this pattern holds, then at the end, this will go till this thing is 0. And this would be 0. We can write this as n power 1 minus 0. This number is equal to n minus how many things are here. So when this is 0, then the last power would be n minus 1 power n. This is the total number of possibilities, which is a lot. And we can just ignore all of these because they pale in comparison to this one. And we can, in big O notation, say that the total number of cases are, in big O notation, n power n, which is a lot. N power n is quite a lot of cases. N power n is a lot of cases. Shit. What to do? Let's read problem E also. How it is. Let's see. After a heavy training session, Michelangelo and Raphael decided. Shit. Michelangelo was a artist who made the statue of David, I think. Yes. Okay. Michelangelo and Raphael. Raphael is a plane and a singer. Yeah, Raphael decided to order pizza today on the occasion of the holiday. The pizza is preparing the pizza. The pizzeria is preparing rectangular pizzas made of n rows and m columns of slices. Each slice has its own unique recipe and flavor. Michelangelo was the first to open the box and roughly estimated the pleasure of eating each slice. The pleasure from the slice located in the ith row and the jth column is equal to aij. It is guaranteed that there is at least one slice that Michelangelo liked, meaning that among aij there is at least one non-negative number. At least one non-negative number. Okay. Because higher the likeliness is how much pleasure. Higher the pleasure, the more Michelangelo likes it. Okay. The turtles, okay, so randomly turtles agreed that my wait, turtles I think is a band. bottom that Michelangelo would eat first. According to an ancient tradition, he must choose a route from top. Okay, sounding similar from top left corner 1 1 to bottom right NM and eat all slices on that route. Okay, only on that route. In one step, he can move either to the adjacent slide or to the on the right or below. Okay, Michelangelo aims to maximize the total pleasure from eating. Wait, is okay, this sounds familiar, but yeah, M N into M. There are 10 power 6 slices. How many path are there going to be for each slice? We have two choices, either go down or right. Shit, how many slices? However, Raphael decides to use sauce. Before Michelangelo chooses a route, Raphael decides to choose exactly one slice of pizza and apply his signature sauce to it. But due to the specifics of this sauce, the pleasure from that it changes to the opposite. If it was previously IJ, it becomes negative AIJ. After that, knowing Raphael's choice, Michelangelo will choose the optimal route for himself and eat all the slices on it. Became curious about what minimum pleasure Michelangelo could achieve. Help him calculate this number. Okay, I think if the question was just find the maximum pleasure possible, it would be cool. But the question is find the minimum pleasure that Raphael can give to Michelangelo. Wouldn't it be just find the maximum pleasure and whatever is the highest, greatest number in that route, invert its sign, in which case we will run the algorithm again and find the best route for Michelangelo in that updated thing. So if that is what is being asked here, 3 3, right. Here the what is the best route? Here the best route would be 1 4 10 11. This, and in this route 6 is the base number. Let's say Raphael updates that and if this 6 becomes -6, then what is the best number? The best choice I think in that case would be 1 -2 3, that would be 2 plus 1 3. 3 is the actual answer. Okay, and in this case just switching this one makes sense, so the answer would be 5. Okay, cool. So we just have to find a way to I liked Rubikin solution for problem D. I think Shangi also did the same. Should Rubikin is also a person. I have not stalked Rubikin. If Raphael did not use the sauce, then Michelangelo would do this. 11. However, Raphael uses the sauce and makes this -6. Okay, yes. Like analyzing this contest afterwards would be very cool. Would be very cool. I think I will see if I do a stream on analyzing the contest. Okay. So we have to find a function which takes in this grid and gives us the best route. And the only problem would be time complexity because at each cell the possibilities double. This seems like a standard question. This seems like a standard question. Yeah, and this seems like a standard question. And if we go to CP and book, there is this exact problem. This doesn't look good. Ein Minuten. Warte. CP handbook here, and the benefit here is this. This can be in dark mode. Cool. And this was in dynamic programming, I think. Dynamic programming section. Path in a grid. Paths in a grid. Yep, this is like this. In a grid, what is the path that gives the highest thing? And the time complexity in this, I think, is 2 n square. N square, and n square is too much. We can, because here the total number of cells is n into m, 10 power 6, and n square. So this yeah, this seems like a general, like a general problem. We can do pruning. Nah. We also have to keep track of the path, which is the best, and on that path find the highest positive number, change its sign, and shit, since we are guaranteed that at least one number is highest, so we can just change the sign without checking if the number is positive or negative on the path. And are we guaranteed to take the path which, no, we are only guaranteed that there is going to be at least one positive number, but we are not guaranteed that the path which gives the highest value to Michelangelo will be the path which has that positive number. So we will have to check if that number is positive or negative, and if it is negative, then yeah, then that is the highest possible answer, which is possible. Okay, so either we spend the rest of the time on this, and this is cool. This is a thing. Yeah, the solution to this problem will be used. I like this problem because the solution to this problem will be used, could be used in other problems also. I think here they only left it at that the time complexity is O of n square and not nothing else. Shit. Okay, top five is quite an achievement, I think. Yeah, unlike me. 2000. The contest is still running, so we do not know the top. Okay, shit. Okay, Rubikin is there, and he is also Japanese, so that is a plus point. Okay, shit. He is almost done. He is like legit almost done. He did D in 11 minutes. He did D in 4 minutes. Yep, 4 minutes, and E in 9 minutes, and this one in 25 minutes. Okay, and this one he gave a wrong answer, which is fine. Okay, D or E. E is a general question. For E, I will just look up the solution. But D, I think maybe I can solve. Yep. And this is the link to the problem. Current one. D. Is it? Oh, shit, no. Our final goal is in this problem what we do have is we have a total number of ones. Let's say we have in total n number of ones, and we have to do some splitting into a and b, where a plus b equals n. We cannot just split in any possible way. We have to see if certain split is possible or not. But whatever the split that we do, we have to make sure that a into b is minimum, is the smallest. A into b has to be the smallest possible thing that it could be. And also we cannot just split a plus b in any way or form. Like in this example, we cannot do, we cannot, n, the total number of ones is 3 plus 3, 6, 2, 8, 10, 11. In that problem, n is 11, and we cannot make a split where we make a equals 1 and b equals 10. I think this is impossible, because yep, how would we do this? Because yep, there is a 1 here and there is a 1 here. If we do choose this 1, then we are going to choose every single one in this row, because we cannot go back. So let's say we skip this one, and shit, it is actually possible. It is possible. We can skip all of these ones and enter at this point and make a slice like this. So 1 into 10 is possible. What is the answer? Answer is 30. So 1 into 10 is not possible. I guess at least we cannot skip this one, it seems. Yep, we cannot skip this one, and we cannot skip this one. So the least number of ones that we will have here is going to be 1, 1, and 1. 3. 3 into 3 into 8, 24. Right, down, right. Okay, I guess I don't understand the question. Given table n into m, where each cell is 0, 1, the task is to divide it into two parts with a cut that goes from top left corner to the bottom right. The cut line can only go right, or yes, let a be the number of lines in one part of the table after the cut, a be the number of ones in one part of the table after the cut, and b be the number of ones in the other part of the table. The goal is to minimize a into b. So let's see, they say, let's take example of this smaller one. Down, we start from this point here, from the left of this one, and we go down. So we are here, and then we move right. So we are here, right? Then we move down, we are here, and then we move right, and we move down. So we have 2 into 2, okay, which is 4, correct? So why can we not just go around this table if that is the game that we are playing? In this, if we have something like this, then why, if we starting point is this, ending point is this, why can't we just say that our cut is like this? The single line output, the moves. Why can we not make a cut like this? It makes total sense. Here they said that the answer is 30. 30 if, wait, max, we have to maximize. Shit, my bad. Hello. We have to maximize. Shit. I thought we had to minimize, but we have to maximize. Shit. Is Rubicon is also like Maspy. Shit. I have not read Rubicon or Maspy's solutions. I think he solves the archive completely. I guess he has the highest account on ad coders. Shit. Constitution for max. Condition. What is the condition for max product sum? I don't think I know. Condition for max product sum. I think to bring them as close as possible, to bring the numbers as close as possible. Would it always work to bring to bring the numbers as close as possible? Let's say if we have 15, then the closest numbers could be 7 into 8. 7 into 8, which gives 56, if I'm not mistaken. Then let's say we reduce this 6 into 9, that is 54. Okay, they reduce. Okay, and then if we go 5 into 10, 50. Okay, it seems the closer the numbers are, the better. Okay, shit. The closer the numbers are, the higher the product. And it's till this point, I was thinking that our goal is to minimize this. And yeah, yes, my bad, my bad. We have to maximize the product. So our goal would be, yes, to go to as close as possible. To make these numbers as close as possible. Okay. Bring these numbers as close as possible. Okay, I think I got this. Okay, N and M are at least 3. Both are at least. Shit, they are at least 1. At least 1. Which is messed up. Shit, even if they are 1. Okay, okay, okay. That is okay. That is. Okay, even if they are 1, that is completely. Okay. That is. Okay. We will suppose that this bottom row is always included in the like bottom left part, and we will keep start to go up here. We'll start to go up, and we will check either do we stay here or we move back and choose this much. We move back or choose, and we choose this much of the array. Nah, shit. Can we know that a particular combination of A and B is possible or not. If I say I want to make A equal to 2 and B equal to 9 in this case, is it possible? It is possible in this case. Choose this one and this one. A can be equal to 3, A can be equal to 3. In this case, particularly, it can be equal to 3. A can be equal to 4, A can be equal to 5, A... Shit, I think we can just make them in any way we want. Can we just choose them in however order we want? 1, 3, 4, 6, 8, 9. 9 best product would be 4 into 5. 20, and answer actually is 20. Shit, can we just choose any arbitrary combination of A and B for a given value of when we have n numbers? Let's see. In this whole thing, we are always, in all of these three cases, we are able to choose the best product possible. Let's say A just goes around. Let's say this is our vector, and to the southwest of this line is A, and to the northeast is B. A, let's say, initially is equal to 0. 0, and let's say I want to have 1 here. So there could be two cases. Either here we have a 0 or we have a 1. If we have a 0, then we will include this. We will remove this, and this will be the thing. And we will look at this next thing. Either this is 0 or this is 1. And if it is 0, then we will include this. And if it is 1 also, then we will include, and we will stop. Since we have our 1, we increased A by 1. And shit, this is always possible. We will keep moving right, and we can always just decide to increase A by 1, however amount we want. Cool, that is pretty neat. So that is pretty neat. How can minimizing be a... Yes, yes, I messed up. I messed up. Minimizing, we can just always make it equal to 0. We can always make A equal to 0, and I think I got the solution to this. Yep. 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 And we can choose any value of any arbitrary combination of A and B, it seems. A plus B, any combination. We can always choose. If n is even, then A would be equal to B would be equal to n by 2. And if n is odd, we can just say A would be equal to n by 2 plus 1, and B would be equal to n by 2. Let's... Oh, okay. Shit. Cool. Now the font is changed, and this looks much better. N and M. How to fix a keyboard? Right, and vector grid n rows, vector boolean m column false. False. For int I equals 0, I smaller than I plus plus. Okay. Small int integer equals 0. J smaller than N, J plus in C, P in C, and C, uh, get I, J equals C. 0 and 0 and 0, 1. Yep. C, okay. Total equals 0, and if C or total plus equals C, and then end if total is odd. If total is odd, then A equals total by 2. What is A? Nice question. A equals B equals total by 2. What is B? In A comma B. And if A is odd, then A, okay, here A plus equals total of 2. Will be the A power. Oh, we already have the answer. Rest answer is going to be A into B. We just have to find the path. Finding the answer is the easy part. We just have to find the path which gives us that easy answer. We can go from the bottom. We should go from the bottom. How much time is left? 20 minutes. Yes, we got this. We got this. We got this. For each row, vector of integers, rows, size n, value 0. This rows I is and gives says 0 to I not included. Once from the not I rows I once from grid I are in A. With it would be cool if we just no, it would not. It is fine. It is fine. It is not cool. It is for and I equals n minus 1, I greater than equal to 0, I minus minus. Right, from the bottom row, we are coming from the bottom, which does not sound good, but we are coming from the bottom. And let's also have C current count equals 0, current count equals 0, current current count equals 0, and in current column equals empty. for int j equals 0, j is smaller than m, j plus plus, no, current plus equals grid I j. Right, and if no shit, we will begin from the left till as far as we can go. That would be good. In which case, we don't need this. Yep, we don't need this. So for int j equals 0, j is smaller than current column j plus plus. Okay, if grid I j, if this thing is true, if there is a one, we have to decide, do we add this one or do we not add this one? If current count plus 1 is smaller than a, then we do add this one to our arsenal. Then we do add this. Yep, cool. So we can here, and not that we should here say m, not m, zero is, anything is fine. Anything is fine. But if plus 1 makes us greater than a, then current column equals j. J is not going to be included, and take out of this loop, and we will come here and we will say rows I. For the ith row, go till current column, which is j. Cool. Okay, see out a, yeah, we already have 55555. That is not right. Shit. Shit. C count plus 0 55530. Let's interpret. 55530 means 5 5 5 3 and 0. This means 1 plus 2 3 plus 2 5 plus 1 6. 6 into the remaining ones, which are 5. Correct. That is absolutely correct. And then 1 1 4 4 4 4 4 4 and 1 1. That is all of these ones, which is in total 4. So 4 into 4 6 4 1 2 3 4 into, wait, this is the shit, 4 4 4 5 shit, yes, there are in total 5 ones. I missed this one somehow. It's 5 into 4 20, correct. And for the last one we say 0 1 2 2 This take this and don't take anything from here. Cool. So we do have the answer. We just have to find the steps to get to this point. Okay. So first of all, see out A into B. See out string, and yep, these numbers are correct. We just have to find out the string. Yep, we just have to find out the string. Okay. Uh, res. Okay. For int I equals 0, I smaller than n I plus plus. Redefinition of res. Who said res before? Okay, we already have res. Steps is what they used to call them. Okay. Okay. Now we'll not go till the last. Smaller than n plus n minus. Right. So first of all, we have to get to this current location if it is non-zero. So here we will say first comes the count, which is going to be this 0 this many times. Say R. Shit. Rows. Rows are. Rows are. Okay. It is cool. So we are at the first row. Then we have to move down. Okay. For int j equals 0, j, we can add steps dot append string count. Okay, straight. This yes, push back down single d single d single d funny string how much move right how much rows I plus 1 minus rows I and this are cool. And then steps dot push back mhm, right, and then just see out steps. Let's see, and okay, this is correct. And here we say right down right down. In the second one we say right and down, so we have taken these two, right down right down, we have taken these two, and right and down, which is correct, so okay, this is working and we can submit. And 8 minutes to go. Deep. Let's see. Wrong answer. Okay. Wrong answer. Wrong answer. Long If we say this, total by 2, long long. Yep. What if everything is 1 and n and m into each other is 10 power 6, because they can be 10 power 6, n into m can be 10 power 5. So in that case, we would have like 10 bar 10 power 5 ones in one side and 10 power 5 ones in the other side, and total we would have 10 power 10 ones, which is outside range. But anything else is okay because we are just counting. If out of bounds was the error. Was out of bounds the error? That, yes, that certainly is something that is wrong, but is there something else which I don't think so? Let's see from the code. We take in n, m, we create a grid, we fill the grid and find total, correct? Then we find correct values for a and b, correct? And then we find res, correct? Then we find rows, and the way that we are finding rows is also correct. Therefore, and then this part seems correct. Therefore, everything should be correct. Hence proved. Let's see. If this fails on test 2, that would be a bit sad. Shit. Okay. So something else is wrong. Something else is wrong. Almost done. I'm almost done. Shit, 5 minutes are remaining for the in the contest. It is 8:08. Some water would be appreciated. Okay. I think that must have reduced the rank quite a bit. Standings. Wait, shit, it is. I gave 2 wrong answers and still the rank is not reduced. Shit, cow the cow. Whoever cow the cow is from Canada solved this problem with one wrong solution. Wrong solution for these two also. Shit, that is sad. Okay. Uh, table cut. There is some implementation error. The concept in theory seems flawless. There is some implementation error. Think the problem is tab spaces. It should be 8. Now, yeah, there we go. That was possibly the problem. The tab were 8, were 4 spaces long. Now everything looks much clearer. Vector, grid, bold. We are taking the input correctly. There doesn't seem to be any problem in this part. Choosing A and B also doesn't seem to be any problem there. And then rows, n rows are going to be there. That also seems fine. It's completely logical. Count current, count m. Shit, shit. Okay. Okay. I see what is messed up. Shape. Okay, this is such a obvious mistake. No I, but M row dot back and we are not moving right at the end. If there is a possibility of moving right, yep, we are not moving right. I think that was it. That was it. How much time is remaining? 1 minute. Okay. Smartphone. Problem D. Okay. If that was the problem, it would be cool. Let's see. Running test 2. Okay, that was the problem. Okay, cool. Let's go. Los gates. Let's go. That was the problem. And cool. So we did 4 problems. That is pretty cool. Standings. It was 3,000. Now it is 2,000. Not a lot of difference. I guess because I gave 2 wrong answers. Shit. Shit. Okay, I made stupid mistakes in this one and in this one. And problem E is a generic problem, it seems. Optimization problem. Yep. That would be it. That would be it. 5 problems done. 4 problems done. My bad. Shit. Okay. Cool. And there are, I think, more contests remaining for me, like which I haven't given. This one, yeah, 7, 8. I just gave this one. Then there is this, and then there is this. And the next contest is in 5 days. I think I will do stream for this one also, and for this one, maybe tomorrow, and then the day after tomorrow. Virtual contest in the evening. But shit, this is very stressful. Contest is over. Itachi, hello, you have been here before, I think. Which would be the best laptop for CSE BTech? Should we consider Mac or a Windows laptop? I am into bit programming, bit gaming. But I fear I would get distracted. At maximum, I can afford Mac M3 or any good. Okay, at 75K, you should be able to afford M4, right? Yes, my brother bought M4. I think it was at 72,000. With a credit card, you will get discount, and with student ID also, I think you will get some discount. But yeah, credit card would be cool. Rating currently is 1300 something 50, 1350. Uh, but if you want gaming, and you are saying you might be distracted if you game. Okay, I will tell you the benefits. With Mac, I do have a Mac. The body is pretty good. Battery is very good. Speakers are very good. The hardware is very good. Software is also very good. The Mac software. But the problem in Mac is that you cannot install Linux on this thing. That is the only problem, I would say. That is the only problem with Mac, that you cannot install Linux. And everything else is very good. Everything else is legit, very good for this. Hello, modular. But with Windows laptop at 75K, first of all, you will get a bulky body. You cannot just lift. You're not okay. Okay, I will stop. I will stop. Even though you are giving me heart. With a Windows laptop, you will get a bulky body, bad battery life, bad speakers. But the plus side is that you will be able to install Linux. So it depends. But if it was me, I would go with Mac. Like Mac. Final verdict, go with Mac. Because that is the choice that I made. Yeah, go with Mac. As a beginner, it is cool. And also, oh shit. Okay. I will be in Discord in some time. since a while. Me also not done CP since a while. It I feel stuck. It is annoying. Just push hard. That is what you tell a pregnant lady. Just push hard. Yep. All the best. Push hard and solve problems. I don't know. Like you are very good at chess. So I, oh, it's cool. 4 questions in Div 2 is damn good, at least for me. I mean, I do not want to say how much problems is good. Like even if I was just able to solve one problem, that would be good. Because saying that this many problems at some rating is good is kind of limiting in a way. Patience to do competitive, not yeah. You have to study a lot. You have to study a lot. You have to do maths and shit. I'm tired. I am right now retired, and I will be ending this stream. Division 2 and Division 3. Yep. I guess tomorrow I will do another stream for this contest by Felix is PewDiePie. And yep. So wait, what? Progress is okay. When I didn't know anything about competitive programming, I did nothing else but competitive programming. So I think if you can do that, then it would be cool. And I think you can do that if you do not distract yourself. You will be able to give all your time to competitive programming. You are in your second year, so it is possible for you. You're gonna be willing to work hard. Yep, without getting rewarded for it. Yep, you will be stuck at problems. You will be looking at solutions that you will think at start are out of your bounds, but you will come around if you give them enough time. And that would be it for today. And thank you for being here. We did a contest, Div 2 4 problem, and that is good enough. Bye.